Thank you so much for joining us here in the KEXP studios. I'm Cheryl Waters, and I'm so excited to be down here with a band we've known for a very long time that we love very much. It's the new Pornographers here live on KEXP. Welcome back.
Thanks for having us.
How you doing today?
We're doing great.
You look sparkly and beautiful today, and I absolutely love the new album, Continue as a Guest.
Oh, thank you.
Play us some songs from it?
Yes.
All right, the new Pornographers live on KEXP.
Let's do one.
Most of us don't have the luxury of giving in. If you're talking giving up, well, that's another thing. It's a sun, it's gonna set. This isn't quantum stuff. I don't even need a room, just want the view, that's it. Find a place out on the plains, some space to fall apart, with a long fade out. Continue as a guest, yeah, continue as a guest. All the odds are not in favor of the Renaissance. A brutal young economy, you told me once. And the quality of mercy is not yours to judge. I can admire the stitch and the design and such. Find a place under the rain, some space to fall apart, with a long fade out. Continue as a guest, yeah, continue as a guest. Find a place out on the range, some space to fall apart, with a long fade out, with a long fade out, with a long fade out, with a long fade out. Continue as a guest, yeah, continue as a guest, yeah, continue as a guest.
keep moving. Click us in, Joe. There's old Joe playing the drums.
1, 2, 3.
Angels on the edge of my bed, been there half of the night. Looked around as you made this house yourself. Well, it's real nice. Angels on the edge of my bed told me, talking rain clear, harmony don't know the spheres from Adam. And while we're here, melody, melody, ain't got nothing at all on thee. To live free, to live free, and don't shoot the messenger. Why you put your faith in a wild guess? Who knows? Who knows? Why you put your faith in a wild guess? Who knows? Who knows? Angels on the edge of my bed with their unplugged electric. Played a song like Jericho's wall smashed in, wrecked and perfect. To this spot with energy and immortal could take too far. For there is your heart's true song, and then there's just what you are. Melody, melody, ain't got nothing at all on thee. To live free, to live free, and don't shoot the messenger. Why you put your faith in a wild guess? Who knows? Who knows? Why you put your faith in a wild guess? Who knows? Who knows? Angels on the edge of my bed playing. Angels on the edge of my bed playing.
We're live in the KEXP studios with new Pornographers. Their new album, Continue as a Guest, out on Merge Records.
All right, which one are we doing? Pontius?
Yeah.
Listening to the first grace notes of the day play. Sun kept on rising till it floated away. Gone to join the bright side, needed accounting. Controlled demolition, a path through the mountain. But did I see it right? Can't believe where the day went. Gone like a mic drop, tired of waiting. waiting, want to start again. Need to think up an alias, sleep in your clothes now. It makes you feel safe.
Now you're clearing the room, just like Pontius Pilate when he showed all his home movies, all of his friends, killing Pilate too soon.
They might be of the side, some kind of agnostic, keeping a straight face, but at some point you lost it. A painting of a wasteland, and beautiful I guess, but I only like art when it's changing the subject. Listening to the first phrase, notes of the day play. The sun kept on rising till it floated away. Spun out of control, you recover and steer through into control slide. It's just what you do.
Now you're clearing the room, just like Pontius Pilate when he showed all his home movies, all of his friends, killing Pilate too soon. So
Got you a map to find a home in the stars. I hope you get there. Got you a map to find a home in the stars. I hope you get there. Again, but you need to count in though. On three we burst through the Overton window, fall through the kaleidoscope of dimensions. You're buried in daydream, you think it's an entrance.
now you're clearing the room, just like Pontius Pilate when he showed all his home movies, all of his friends, killing Pilate too soon. So
Got you a map to find a home in the stars. I hope you get there. Got you a map to find a home in the stars. I hope you get there. Listening to the first phrase, notes of the day play. The sun kept on rising till it floated away. The sun kept on rising till it floated away. The sun kept on rising till it floated away.
You're listening to the New Pornographers live on KEXP.
Last and Beautiful by the New Pornographers. To answer your question that you did not ask.
1, 2, 3.
I was going to seek the dark ends of the earth, a last beautiful stand. Was going to step down, drop torches, become just a face in the crowd. It was sun, I dotted on the eyes, the one. It was done, I dotted on the eyes, the one. I don't wanna go by myself, come with me. I don't wanna go by myself. I don't wanna go by myself, come with me. I don't wanna go by myself. The game was to go round the bend and then report back what I found. Go into the one and out the other one. The good old smash and grab. It was done. I dotted all the I's for one. It was done. I dotted all the I's for one. I don't wanna go by myself. Come with me. I don't wanna go by myself. I don't wanna go by myself. Come with me. I don't wanna go by myself. I was going to read exactly what I'd sown. A life's beautiful stand. My crown in this day, in the arc of my dive. The last second look down. It was done. I dotted all the I's for one. It was done. I dotted all the I's for one. I don't wanna go by myself. Come with me. I don't wanna go by myself. I don't wanna go by myself. Come with me. I don't wanna go by myself. Still going.
Good to the last drop.
It's still going. Wait, I can still hear some.
It's the new Pornographers live on KEXP. Continue as a guest, the new album, and it always puts a smile on my face to hear you perform live. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Oh, thank you for having us.
I've had the good fortune and great pleasure to talk to you on a number of occasions, and when I thought about what to talk with you about today, I thought maybe I could do like a Between Two Ferns type of interview to mix things up instead of the old, hey, you guys were in a band, what's that like? But I don't think I could pull off a Zach Galifianakis interview.
So it's going to be really ironically insulting?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I could do that though. Too awkward.
Have at it. I can take it.
Hey, you guys are in a band. What's that like? We'll go with that. But I know that Continue as a Guest was recorded at the height of the pandemic. I feel like that's such a theme for me in one interview after another. But luckily, there's so much that you can do long distance now due to technology. And I know as a band who, for a while now, the members have been living all across North America. Mm-hmm. You must have been doing some things remotely. So how did not being able to get together at all impact how you created this record?
It impacted it like it impacted a lot of people. But we, like you said, we were used to it. We've been doing this. I feel like for years I've been sending songs to Kathryn, go do something here, or sending songs to John, go do something here. And, I've had luckily when the pandemic started, I had a home studio set up. And I knew just enough. I was on a need-to-know basis. I knew just enough to, record properly. I couldn't do anything fancy, but everything was kind of idiot-proofed. So, I could record my things and, I could take the tracks that were sent to me. And, I remember in the height of the pandemic, whenever that was, July 2020, I think Joe was visiting his family in New Hampshire. So I said, come to Woodstock. And like, I didn't even know what we were doing. Like, I didn't even know I was working on a record. It was like, if you're within a few hundred miles of me, come to Woodstock, let's record songs for a couple days. And so there was a lot of that. Like, whenever we can get together, let's do it.
Well, I had to laugh because even though you have decades of friendship and working together, you said you saw Nico more during the pandemic than you've ever seen her.
Yeah, that's true because she lives about 5 hours from me. Yeah, so I guess I was the only person she had around. She was kind of stuck with me.
Lucky her.
So just really looking back, I feel for her so much. More than anyone, I think she suffered during the pandemic. Like me being her only creative partner.
You and the horses and dogs.
Yes, exactly.
Would you say that there were elements of the forced isolation that sent you in new directions creatively?
I think, well, I just started, I think everybody had something they did during the pandemic, like some people baked bread. Why, I don't know, but a lot of people did.
Because it's delicious.
And my wife got really into Animal Crossing. Like, she was kind of obsessed with it for months. And me, I just kind of went in the studio and would just work on stuff and with no goal in mind. I just started songs where I'd work on ideas or just listen to old ideas and go, something I can do with this. Just like spending a few hours a day just trying to be creative. And that seemed like its own reward. And I'm still going through that stuff. Like, so like then we're near the end of another record, like already. And it's a lot of songs that were just concurrent to continue as a guest. So it's kind of a cousin to that record. Although I think it's going to sound quite different, but yeah, I just it was good just to be creative. It was a strange time because we literally just finished our touring for the last record. Like we finished playing in Wellington, New Zealand, and I came home like March 8th, and I think everything shut down on March 10th. It was so close that no one even knew that the world was going to shut down.
Wow.
Because you remember, it all happened over the course of like 2 or 3 days. Like things felt kind of normal, and then it was like 4 days later, no, things are not normal.
And it started here in Seattle.
Yes, exactly. Where we were, because when did we start touring? In like February. Yeah. I think in early February or late February, we came up the coast, and people in the band like think they had COVID because like there was a couple people who like couldn't smell. They were sick and they couldn't smell and thought that was weird, and that was before anybody knew that was a symptom.
So they probably did.
So it's some of us probably, but if you brought that up in 2020, people would go, "You're a conspiracy theorist." It's like, you actually think you had COVID in February? No, don't spread these vicious, dangerous lies. It's like, well, it's possible.
Well, it would be interesting if you'd gotten stuck in New Zealand.
Well, it happened.
Amanda Palmer was there for like a year.
It's funny because we ran into Amanda Palmer and Neil Gaiman in Perth. I think they were on like a similar tour as us, and so it was interesting that we made it out of Wellington. But I think that's where you really see the bonus of being really wealthy. They probably just bought a house in Wellington.
Well, they were also lucky
and said, let's live here for a while, whereas we had to go home because we're like plebes,
And your families.
We're still hard-scrabbled people. We have to get on the...
They were together as a family, too, so I remember seeing online
I was with my family, too.
Oh, you were? So you could have just
So
stayed.
that's no excuse.
You could have just moved in with Amanda and Neil.
Well, let's not get into that.
No, that would be fun. Well...
Only one of them was there.
Oh, yes.
I'm talking about them as if I know them. I've met them once.
Well, if you follow them on Instagram, you do kind of know them.
Yeah, it's their fault. It's actually their fault for making their business ours, don't you think?
Exactly. Well, it makes me think...
get off social media, right?
Yeah, quit with those Pontius Pilate home movies.
Don't want to be talked about. Don't talk about it and send it out to 1 million people.
I rarely post online, but I'm looking at it all the time, which I'm embarrassed about. I'm always trying to get offline.
Oh, I'm trying to do it. I think I'm doing pretty well.
I made it 6 months last year, from December to June, and I thought it was going to be forever. And then full force back on.
It just bums me out.
Me too.
Because I want to. The only thing I want to go online for now is just to get new music recommendations, or not even new music, just any music recommendations. So there's a lot of like sifting through garbage, and a lot of things that are important that need to be talked about as well. But
Well, like what your friends are having for dinner.
yeah, exactly.
I do admit I'm embarrassed. I mean, I felt a lot less. I'm not a person who suffers from anxiety in general overly, but I feel a lot less anxious when I'm not online.
Oh, I'm the same way, and I do have a lot of anxiety. Yeah, it helps. It just doesn't. It doesn't help. Like it's got to a point where like I don't want to read anything about us. Like I don't want to read any reviews of anything, even if they're glowing, because it doesn't feel like it feeds anything good. It either feeds your ego or it makes you feel bad, and none of it feels particularly good to me.
Yeah, it's complicated for sure, because I do feel like I am losing track of what my friends are up to if I'm not online, because no one gets together anymore. They're too busy being online and posting about their lives.
It's true.
So that's why I got back on in January, or I don't even remember now. But I'm going to go back off. Everybody who's listening now, if you're reaching out to me on Instagram and I don't reply, that's why.
I mean, like I like, like we just saw Dan Behar in Vancouver, and like Dan's completely, he's completely offline. And I think, yeah, that's a good way to be, because nobody knows.
Yeah.
And like people are always asking us, like, what's Dan like? Because nobody knows.
Yeah.
It's like you have to actually physically interact with him to know who the person is, just like in the old days.
I know, I want to be like that, but I feel like that ship has already sailed.
Yeah.
To be like Dan Behar. Well, we're here with new pornographers. I haven't read a thing about them online.
Good.
I'm just taking it all in real time, and that's what you should too. Continue
Yes.
as a guest. So amazing. Hey, you've had 1 million albums out, and this is your first on Merge Records, and I know you must have known Mac and Laura for a long time. And what do you love about partnering with them to share this new record with the world?
Well, I love, it was great. Yeah, I have known them. We've all known them for a long time because Dan's been on the label for like 20 years. And we were almost on the label, like, at various points. It just didn't quite happen. And when this record was finished, I just thought, just give it to Merge. I remember talking to our manager and saying, just give it to them, and I don't care what the offer is. Like, I felt like I wanted there to be a situation where there was just a mutual respect, where like I respect what they do and they respect what we do, and like we want to go with you, and that's worth so much more. Like we didn't want to shop it around and see who would give us the biggest advance, and basically just wanting a home. Like that's I think is all I've ever wanted, was this place where I can just put out music, and like here, Merge, here's our record. If it sells, good. I don't want anybody to lose money on it. And Merge is great that way. They're still kind of punk rock. They're still super into music. Like Mac's still out there in a van, doing super chunk shows. I just saw them play last month. And they'll put out records that only sell a few thousand, but then they've also done, they have million sellers. Arcade Fire and Neutral Milk Hotel and Spoon and all that. And I just love all the music they put out through the years. I mean, just a ridiculous amount of classics. Yeah, I'm happy.
Well, maybe you can't buy a house in New Zealand, but you're happy. On Merge.
Maybe I could. If we sold our house and we just liquidated all of our assets.
Then you'd never see Nico, though.
That's right.
You wouldn't be up the road anymore.
That's true. We'd never see Nico, who is not here. So
I know. Well, I'm so happy that all of you are here, and it's always such a pleasure to see you. Thank you so much for coming by.
Yes, thanks for having us.
It's the new Pornographers live here in the KEXP studios. We want to thank all of our listeners and viewers for making sessions like this possible. You can learn more about us at kexp.org. We are listener powered, so feel free to make a gift in support of discovery of great music. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. You'll get notification every time we launch a new video. Once again, it's the new Pornographers live on KEXP.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Discover new music at listener-powered KEXP.org.